Hi, this is Mark Bailey from Day Automation. We're going to take a review of the Cisco Video Surveillance Operation Manager version 7.2.0. I've already entered our credentials. I'm going to go ahead and hit login. We're presented with a default view that I've selected for my login. Comes up every time. You can look around as I mouse over. We can see the activity bar comes in for each camera, so I can view any activity that took place. At the top we have the monitor video selection, cameras, user, system settings, operations. These last four items are typically reserved for administrators. Selecting monitor video brings me up to this view and the default view I'm in. I can change the view by selecting a blank view and dragging and dropping cameras into it, or picking a new view, saying select, and bringing that view in. I'm going to go back to the view we had. On the left-hand side, we got a search bar. I'm going to go look for all of my cameras that have the word Helios in it, and there they are. You can see that's an active search. As I wipe that out and then type in something new, it brings in those cameras. I'm going to drag in our 5 megapixel camera, and then down here I'm going to get rid of this Axis camera, and I'm going to pull in a Cisco 1 megapixel camera in place of the Axis 1 megapixel. Clear my search. Now I'm back to the location menu. Every camera added to VSOM gets placed in a location. Users are managed by location and the specific privileges for each of those locations. Clicking on each location presents me with cameras for each of those. And I'm just going to switch locations and put the 5 down in here. Select the computer sciences wing, put the 3 up in there. So, quick way to search for cameras, create views. Now let's go search for some video. Let's go over to the 6020 camera. Let's see, do we want the 6020? Let's use the 6020 camera. I'm going to double click this view, bring it full screen. We can see that the other 4 panes are pushed down below. I'm going to go ahead and pin this to the taskbar by selecting this upper left-hand corner. You can see it change color. Now I'm going to go ahead and look and see if I can zoom in on some video that happened today. You can see as I move my range bar, I start to zoom in on sections of time. Let's see what this little event is right over here. Let's go ahead and place our bar there. You can see over here, if this is red, we're in playback mode. If it's green, we're in live mode. I'm going to let this play through at 55:05, 6, 7 up. Here's the motion event coming through that caused this hit. There's the person coming in the room. I can hit pause, stop them from going out. I can play backwards, let them come back in the room, pause it, and play forwards. If I want to grab that whole event and dump it off to tape or to a thumb drive, I'm going to hold down my control button, my keyboard. I'm going to paint that whole view. I'm going to create a CVA file. I could also use it as a repeat segment. If I hit repeat segment, it'll just play back and forth and we'll watch them come in and out of the room. If I create an MP4 file, it'll create a clip and save it on the server. It will not save it on the local machine. If I select create CVA file, it'll create a file. You can even put a password on it. That will dump it to the local machine, where I would then copy it to a thumb drive or a DVD. I'm going to hit cancel for the sake of time in this video. Go back to this view. I'm going to clear the bookmark that I had. But before I remove that bookmark, I'm going to go back into the pane. He's still here. As you can see, I've got this window highlighted. I'm going to hold down my control key, select all the panes, and then I'm going to sync selected panes with this pane. And now we could see that he came in both panes. I'm going to hit pause, play backwards, and watch him come back in the view. And hit pause again. I'm going to right click. I'm going to remove selected panes from sync. I'm going to unselect my panes. While he's still over here, I'm going to double click on this pane and zoom in and make him a full screen view. I can right click, select digital zoom in the window over here, zoom in, and then pan the box around to get a better view of the person coming in the room. Right clicking, uncheck digital zoom, back to where I started. I can take a snapshot of this, save it to a JPEG, bitmap, TIFF, so on. Won't save that today, but quick way to save a snap, somebody coming into a shot. Let's go ahead and remove this bookmark. I don't need it anymore. I already saved the video. We're going to unpin the bar, double click our 4-pane view, bring it back to full screen. I have timed out waiting for data in this view because at that point there was no video while he was in this shot. He was not present in that view. Let's go ahead and select a blank layout just to show you how that can be done, and then we'll drag and drop some cameras into that view. So whether you're dragging in a view that's already been populated or you create one, it's a nice easy interface to go in and manage video. All right, so let's go take a look. We talked about dumping an MP4 video. If I had created an MP4 video instead of a CVA file, it would have pushed it out onto the server. Let's go see where that camera is. That camera was the 6020 camera, and let's see what we have for clips that have been saved for that. We'll set the search method, close it, search for clips for those cameras, and there we go. Once clips are saved on the server, they live there for approximately 24 hours and then they're cleared. So it leaves them there for a moment in time for other folks with the web browser to access if you let them know the clips are there for their viewing. Thumbnail search. Let's go ahead. We're going to open up a thumbnail search, but before we do, let's go ahead and I'm going to clear out this video so we can bring in some more. Here's a, again, same location view. If I want to do a thumbnail search, let's go grab that 6020 camera. There it is. Double click it, brings it into the pane, and then loads thumbnails. So we know something happened today. Somebody came in and turned on the lights. And so let's jump down 1013. Let's come over here. We'll hold that, hold the control key. And then I'll right click and I'll say zoom in. And then what it will do is it will populate the window with thumbnails that only make up that section of time. Selecting one of those views, right clicking and saying play. Quick way to go ahead and get to some video, and you can see we've also got this bar in here so we can still do all the forensic search we did in that other window. Still pin the bar, still use our zoom tools, and then switch between recorded and live video. Another way to search for video inside the web browser. So that's a nice wrap up of the web client for the Cisco Video Surveillance Operation Manager. Hope you enjoyed it. The next episode in this series will show you the thick client for the Cisco Video Surveillance Operation Manager version 7.2. Hope we see you over there. Thanks a lot.